thing to come out on patrol away from the studio.
We did an outside broadcast in Sóller. Who better to talk to?
Madame herself.
Here I am.
This is Sóller Shirley's choice of venue. Where are we?
We are at Chez Junior, and Chez Junior has just burst out onto our world in the last couple of years. Run by Javier. Javier, absolutely Mallorquin, but lived most of his life in the UK after boarding school. So he knows the London scene, worked in Marylebone, and he can talk to you just like this, or he can talk to you just like that in Catalan or in Spanish.
That's so cool.
He's really clever, and he's very funny.
What's the food like?
Our breakfast is going to arrive in a bit in the middle of this audience, which I'm quite looking forward to.
What, the food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's you have to talk a lot.
I've got to talk while you eat, I don't know.
What kind of food do they do?
How can you say? Can I use the word eclectic without being shot?
Yes.
I think that's it.
Eclectic, that's what we want to hear.
Yeah, eclectic. I mean, you really can't pigeonhole this. It's not, he's using traditional dishes with a twist. I mean, it sounds like something from the royal family. I'm just going to do, soup with a twist. What's the twist? Oh, a bit of crisps in it. It's not like that.
Her.
Yeah, we love her.
Operums or triangles.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, soup. Yeah, soup in a cup.
Or serving a bit of roof tile or
But
slab.
is it worth coming to have dinner here then?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a bit spenny or is it all right?
It's average expensive.
I mean, like, these days, you can't,
no,
you can't
these
go out
days-
for dinner without...
No, these days is exactly that. I mean, you will get modest things on the menu, but really, I think, what would I say? I often come here with family and stuff, and we're probably paying around €60 a head.
Okay. So
Yeah.
But it's actually about value. It's very easy to spend €60 a head on rubbish inside.
Yeah.
So if you put out and you spend €60 a head on amazing.
I think that's it. Like, if you spend,
Yeah.
whatever you spend, you think like, if you feel good about it afterwards, if you think that was well worth it, that's really,
Yeah.
I guess, like, if you don't feel like you've been bent over.
And it is, I mean, just behind the camera, it is gorgeous, isn't it? We've got
It's
beautiful
gorgeous.
stone facade.
We'll take some video and put it in.
Yeah, it is.
Square.
Yeah.
With Sóller bags of oranges around, so it couldn't be more Sóller.
No, it really couldn't be more so.
So, what have you been up to since the last time we saw you?
Breakfast doesn't cost £60, does it?
No, I think breakfast is different. I think lunch is different, and I think you can easily eat in the evening for less than 60. But if I was going out with a few people and you're all having drinks and a bit of a starter and the main course, that's probably what you'd pay. I mean, that's kind of whatever. But no, you will get different prices here. But what have I been doing since I've seen you last? I've been to Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to Ireland. I went to Belfast. I went to Bangor, and I stayed with my friends in Bangor just outside. And this is the 4th year running that I've done that. And I just love Northern Ireland. It is the most beautiful country. Absolutely beautiful, with wonderful coastline, absolutely empty, roads that you can drive on, there's no other people. It's the school holidays, and you come to these magnificent beaches with half a dozen kids on the beach and a few sea lions out there on a little cross.
It's the ring vodka or something, is that there's a route northwest of Belfast. There's beautiful country. I've never been there.
Well, I've done a fair amount of travelling around the countryside now, and honestly, from Warren Point to the Mourne Mountains to the different places on Enniskillen, around the lakes. I mean, it's just glorious.
It's quite nice to escape the heat and the little bit of the craziness in Sóller, I suppose.
I mean, I arrived there. What did I do? I got there and to Belfast City Airport, in honour of George Best's airport. And you get there and it's 22 degrees and the sun is shining. And that's what it was like for a week.
Perfect.
The sun shone and it was cool as cool. And when you went to bed at night, and you could do with a decent duvet.
Duvets. Do you remember duvets?
Do you remember duvets? My duvet's still in Rachel's laundry because I've left it up there for cleaning. I haven't rushed to collect it yet.
Have you got an electric blanket to the rental?
I have, yeah.
So have we. I love my electric blanket.
I actually really hold on to it to the last minute just in case, but I don't need it at the moment.
No, we're not. No.
No,
It's a bit
no, I
warm
don't.
at the moment.
We should say, so there's a heatwave going on in Mallorca and all of Spain and France. It is proper roasting. We were just talking before we start recording about whether it's always like this or whether we just forget it's like this every summer.
It just seems consistently like this. I mean, if you go down to the beach or if you even come out the time I did this morning to meet you, this is okay. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock, but really by 12, go home.
Yeah, don't be on the beach at 12.
No.
Who are you, silly?
Yeah.
The summer heat in Mallorca tends to last until about the third week of September, where we usually get a big storm.
Big
Yeah,
storm.
but it stays pretty much this temperature and pretty much this humidity
It will.
until it breaks.
You know what?
We've still got a way to go yet.
It's Gigi's birthday, our daughter's birthday, on the 24th of September. And every year, just around that time, that's when the weather breaks. So she never ever got a birthday party on the beach.
Really?
Yeah, because it's always raining.
The first couple of years,
She never did. Never did.
a birthday party on the beach, and then
It'd be a thunderstorm.
gigantic thunderstorm.
Well, my granddaughters are both, one's May, one's June, and the other one is September. And she's early September, so all three of them have managed to have parties on the beach when they were... No, not they do anymore, of course. It's all much more sophisticated now.
Too grown up now.
Too grown up now, but...
They'll come round again.
yeah, but the youngest one, we were talking to her on Sunday about her birthday. She's 17 this year. What would you like to do then, earlier this year? Oh, go to a hotel. Yeah, right.
We could go and have tea at a hotel.
We could have tea at a hotel. And then her parents are sitting there talking about their London plans for November and where the kids were going to. So there's a holiday in the mix of all this. So whether she get a hotel trip for her birthday, then I don't know. Unless
Guardian did an article this week about what's called birthday zillas, like as in Godzilla, like people going,
correct you for
instead
birthday.
of going to the pub a few pints, now doing like weekends away, the birthdays are
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. No, I mean, I think Evelia probably has, when she was very little, had a weekend birthday hotel. Only because their parents by that stage are so tired after working through the summer. If they got a weekend off, they might well go to a hotel as a family, as a mini holiday.
But that's the same as hen do's and stag do's now. Like, there's more than a day.
It's not pub
It's
like
like
a
on,
local town anymore.
it's
It's a
like
weekend.
day
Yeah.
1, day 2, day 3. We're celebrating our friend who's going to get married.
Mallorca does quite well.
They do. We do very well out of that. Well, not that. I mean, they arrive on Thursday. Friday, they're having a cocktail party in one of the bars for the in-laws to meet the outlaws, that kind of thing. Then the wedding on the Saturday, and then Sunday they all go out on a boat.
But I'm talking about hen do's and
Yeah,
stag do's.
yes, true.
3 days.
But then,
It's not just the kind of people
Not
that
just
go
weddings.
mini stores and ale places
Weddings
and
I
that
get.
kind of-
You know, like that's the thing. I mean, like when we got married, because we got married here, this was before destination weddings were a thing. So we got married 20 billion years ago. And I don't remember the year. 2005. There we are.
remember the year. Listen to that, for goodness sake.
No.
All right.
And then everybody came over from London and all over the shop to be with us. And we had a couple of places to rent, so they all slept on the floor and stuff. There was so many people came, and they were there for the whole week. And we had a great time, and people made friends with other friends of ours who they'd never met before, and that
stayed friends.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's lovely.
and it's and that was a really special time for loads of us, because it wasn't just let's all go to a wedding. It was like let's have a big group holiday together, and it was wonderful.
Have you come across what is really quite common now? You talk to any other, maybe as a photographer you know this on anyway, but I came across a guy whose speciality was actually engagement shots.
Yeah.
So this is
and
like
proposals.
and proposals. And so allegedly the girl doesn't know she's going to be proposed to, and so there's a cameraman round the corner, and then all of a sudden there's somebody outside the church standing there, and then the whole thing breaks into song, and then you've got a Broadway production going on around them. And have you seen that one? Have you seen that one?
Yes.
Yes. That's so. Yeah, this is we
More
can do
than just
anything.
having a
Really.
nice dinner and would you marry me? No.
Pretty merry. But then we've got friends that come out each year, Charlie and Claire. They've got two quite grown-up teenage kids now, and they work in the media in London, and he's an editor, and she's very, very famous in all sorts of production stuff now. But they were talking about their engagement, and I'd written about this some time ago, because the story was that they were coming to stay with Jay and Matthew, but then they were going to go off and have a couple of nights themselves in the Esplendido Hotel.
Lovely.
And so he had an idea that what he was going to do then was propose. So we've got an anniversary of this proposal this year, so I think they're coming back to do a repeat performance. Anyway, he put the ring in a sock, and he put the sock in the case, and he checked the case in, and there was a little delay in getting the case off. But anyway, all was well. And so they get to the Esplendido, and he's looking through his socks, and she's saying, "What's the problem? What's the problem?" I'm just looking for these socks. Well, where are those socks? No, I really need these socks. Where are those? Anyway, eventually...
Morning.
All right, morning. Morning. eventually
Your mates walking past.
Yeah, I know.
You look popular.
Oh yeah, look at me. In fact, that was all structured, you know.
Yeah,
You know, I told them to walk past. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he found the ring, but it just became a really funny story that he'd taken this really expensive diamond ring in a sock.
Do you want to put a ring on your finger that's been in someone's sock?
Well, obviously she did, because 20 years later.
Relating two completely separate issues here. As we're going to talk about later, there's an eclipse coming on. We've mentioned many times next week. A lot of photographers in our groups are going to ask, "What do you do? We're going to propose to someone."
Oh yeah.
So many.
What, in that 1 minute?
Exactly, but I'm in a WhatsApp group with about 20 wedding photographers. Not that I really ever do wedding photography anymore because it's horrific. It's really, really such a competitive market, and I just don't want to fight for the jobs. And also, I've got lots of other things I can be doing. But I like being in this group because it's nice to like hang out with my friends in this WhatsApp group. So many people have been asking for like proposal shoots on the day of the eclipse.
During the
And like, yeah, exactly. At the moment of the eclipse, I'm going to ask my girlfriend to marry me, and it's like, well, you're going to. It's going to be first. It's going to be dark. Queso para mí, gracias. And it's like it's going to be dark during the eclipse, and also it's supposed to be a surprise. And how am I supposed to shoot that? And like, they just underestimated the interest in this whole event, I think, by far. And also, like, well, can you imagine the pressure on the photographer to get that shot?
Nah,
And I don't know a
impossible.
single person who's taken the
also-
job.
no,
They just put it.
technical point of view is too.
Yeah, how could you do
They
that?
just keep putting all these requests into the group, and we're just like, you know,
But how can you even guarantee that you're going to? I mean, with all the people that are supposed to be around, how can you guarantee you're going to be anywhere near anywhere that you're going to get that shot?
Exactly.
And then it'll be your fault.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be your fault. Won't
Yeah.
it?
It might be cloudy.
And it might be cloudy, or actually, it even might rain.
Can you imagine if it rained?
Well, it might well rain.
And you can imagine like an eclipse behind like a just drizzly cloud. How incredible that would be.
We are digressing slightly. We need to talk about Sóller, actually.
Well, this is Sóller. This is
want some?
Sóller. Yeah. No, thank you. I'm done. Yeah, carry on. Carry
breakfast
on.
is arriving.
I'll just tell you. I'll
Hang on a minute.
just tell you. I'll just tell you a story.
Okay, so tell us about what's going on in
The
Sóller.
protest?
Yeah, let's talk about the protest because we do talk a lot about the protests in Palma, but I didn't realise until Ollie told me there's going to be one up here.
Yeah, we have a protest happening here on Saturday the 8th of August, and the latest declaration of timings and what's going to happen is this. But don't hold me to this, and certainly don't sue me for getting the details wrong, because this might change, because there's rebellion.
Oh.
And the rebellion's coming from the local shopkeepers and people that have are market stall holders, because basically the protest is taking over the whole of the market time, and the walkers will go down the main Luna street and end up in the placa for presumably a manifesto or declaration right behind you. Yeah,
Gift shops are
that's right. All the shops up there.
behind us.
So they're going to gather in the Estiriadores, which is just, if you like, 5 minutes away from here, which is a particular square, small square, in a residential area where the swings are for the kids up there. So that's where they're gathering, and then they will come round the back of that at the end of the Luna. So right at the end of the street, and then march into Sóller from there. It's going to start at 10 o'clock.
In the morning.
In the morning on Saturday, market day, our busiest day of the week.
That's thoughtful of them.
Very, and
They
then
want to cause a disruption, though, don't they?
well, I don't know. Because the arguments, I've been watching this quite closely, and the arguments between the two sides is that we're doing this for a reason, which I will explain as much as I understand it. But we also know that this is your busiest day of the week. This is going to take 1 hour, and we're going to march down your street because it's the main street of town, and we're going to be in the centre. So the shopkeepers are saying, shall we open at all? Shall we open at 11 o'clock? Shall we open and put all our stuff in the middle of the street so they can't pass, because that's what we'd normally do? So there's been lots of conversations about this. The last I heard is that the shopkeepers are actually going to not put any of their stuff in the middle of the street until after 11, until this is passed. But they will open their doors at whatever time they normally do. and life will go on, but they will expect to be disrupted or not have many customers for about an hour.
Just to jump back a bit, this is protest against what gets called massification, isn't it?
No, not now.
Right.
Now that's all that was last year. That was so last year.
Yeah, so last year.
I'm sorry. So it was so last year.
Now what are we protesting
Well,
about?
the protests are absolutely understandable from where I'm sitting, because it was never really about SOS tourists or tourists don't come, or we don't want your money,
It's
or
about housing.
It was about housing. It's about the fact that people don't earn more than $2,000 a month and they can't pay their rent. It's about the fact that if you've got a job, and most people have here, that you've now 2 parents living in a house with 2 children, you pay your rent, you pay your bills, and then you go to food banks for your food. And this is not just in Sóller, this is all over the island. This is absolutely all over the island, because and let's just be honest about this, because 50, 70 years ago, as Franco's lives influence stopped, the people at the time were not realistic about what people needed to live on.
No.
And so therefore the kind of past, which said we have the rich and we have the poor and we have very little in between, that was never addressed then. And now you can't address it. Because even the unions that I've got massive respect for, they will up the game every year. Whatever you offer, you're going to offer more, because otherwise I can't go back to my members. But it will never catch up with the divide. Never.
I mean, Majorca is obviously a real hotspot. It's a cool space. People come all over the world to spend their money they've been saving all year. Billionaires come here. Loads of money is being put in Majorca. You could go, right, that's a success story. But hotel owners, we were talking about this the other day, some of the hotel chain owners in Miami, billionaires, literally billionaires. But the people who are staffing the hotels and staffing the restaurants on minimum wage, that doesn't get you anywhere, Nicole. So and that's their argument, isn't it?
That is what they're protesting about.
Affordability.
Yes, you might say massification, but no one can really say that here at the moment, because in Sóller we're very quiet.
Are you?
You read any of the threads on Sóller Web at the moment where we've been talking about this subject, and people will say we were in the port of Sóller for the last 2 weeks in July. We've never seen it so quiet. It was just like after COVID. So all this, the only time you'll come here and think, oh my goodness, I've arrived in some kind of hell, is when all the trams arrive at the same time. And they're all disgorging their people right down in the port at that one point where they all go, because they're going to get on the boats. And so the people that arrive there, they're coming in one tram after the other, because the tourists have come on the special tourist train. So you will see pictures of, oh my goodness, look how many people. Yeah. Once those people have dispersed to wherever they're going, whether they're getting on the boat to go off to Sacalobra, or whether they're going to have a wander around town, or just sit on the beach for the day, whatever they're doing, I'm sorry, but this is not busy. Okay. It really is not.
I did an interview yesterday with a guy who used to work, he's a Dutchman, and he's in his 80s now, and he used to work in IETA's as a selling excursion tickets in the 60s, and he showed me a little mini catalogue of the trips that they sold then, and they're the same now.
Oh yeah,
except some of them are, because it's closed, and Sontaments, because that's closed. But the boat train and all the other stuff is the same. I mean, it's been the same since before I was born. You know? Yeah, of course, but it's the same stuff. Yeah. So it's not a surprise, is it? It's not like it's been going on for more than 50 years.
No, I mean the trip from the train to the tram to the boat to Sacalobra is probably the #1 trip on the island. So you will have, the majority of people, one way or the other, if they come to Majorca often, will have done that trip once at least. So they will have come through the Sóller stuff. And every year there are new people waiting to do that. And every year you are talking to a brand new market. And so we love the Taiwanese. I mean, they just love us, and we love them. And there's all sorts of different little subgroups that are arriving that have either read us or they've seen something on on Flickr or Twitter or wherever there is,
TikTok.
TikTok's one. Now there's a tram in the back. Look, you've got the tram. It's just so scenic. This. Why do you do any of your interviews in your office? You could come here. Look.
I adore the square.
Because this audio might be a bit ropey.
This is true. You may not have heard me, so shall I shout?
The square in Sóller is just beautiful.
It's absolutely stunning.
We've got this beautiful mix of old buildings and deco buildings here, and this wonderful tram that goes through, and shade of plane trees and a fountain you can drink the mountain water.
You can indeed. It's just been fixed as well.
Winter
Yeah.
and summer, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, that's why everybody loves it. And do you know what? I was with a friend last night who sent me a picture of her experience on the EasyJet plane the day before. Who's featured in the EasyJet in-flight magazine?
I saw it.
You saw it, Sonia. All about the Eclipse.
Yeah.
Sending more people to us for the Eclipse. Well,
Oops.
whether they'll get past
They
the
won't,
barrier of the Guardia Civil halfway down the road or whatever, I don't know. But we're there in the magazine for this month anyway, for August. So look at us.
So we have the protest. The
Yeah.
Sóller is not as busy as it normally is.
I would say that's true. I mean, there are some days you come out, you say Saturdays, and I mean, you'll see it yourself. In 10 minutes' time, whatever you can see behind you will be augmented by the arrival of the train.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, we'll have people and walking, and it'll be very different.
It's a beautiful old train from Plaza España.
But until 11 o'clock, it's just like
Please.
this.
Well, it's not empty.
Not
Plenty
empty.
of people.
We see
The
lots,
hotels here are all full.
we see lots of photos about the traffic jams coming here. Are they overblown as well, or is
Well,
Yes.
that's right. We drove up from Sombrigueras this morning. We left at 9 on time actually, because that was our plan. And we were clear all the way. There was no traffic at all. But we're very used to having a afternoon traffic jam between where
down
we
that
are
bit,
and Palma. And that can be a
Nightmare.
real pain in the ass,
Yeah.
especially if you've got an old car that likes overheating.
That is.
So if you don't know, it's this gorgeous town surrounded by mountains. So apart from the mountain, the coast road, there's really one way in and one way out, which is a tunnel. You can't really widen the road, you can't increase the capacity with very much.
No.
And lots of people have been coming here, and there are certain times when it gets jammed up with traffic. But not that often, you say. I mean,
I don't want to give a glorified view of it. Let's be fair. There are certain times of the day when you will hit a traffic jam, because the people that are arriving between probably about 11:30 and 1 o'clock are the people that are going to come here for the rest of the day on the beach, and that can cause a jam right back to Campanasso, through the tunnel right to because it is one road and it's very slow to get down. So that can.
And they're queuing all the way down to the port.
Yeah, so that's where they're aiming. They're going straight down there, and that can take 20 minutes to clear, to half an hour to clear, and then you might sometimes around 6 o'clock have the same going back, because those people are leaving, and so they're clogging all the way back. Once and so that takes time to clear. So you can, but you have to, if you know what you're doing, you have to avoid that time. But the rest of the day is just normal sheer weight of traffic.
This is something that Majorca is like. If you're from London or from, I don't know, wherever you are, more or less wherever you are, there's times when you will sit in a traffic jam going to work. We're going.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, in Majorca, a traffic jam is a regular traffic jam is quite a new thing.
Yes.
We live in, I guess, in a reasonably busy bit of Majorca and work it, going to Palma. But actually, a traffic jam was the sort of thing that would happen 4 or 5 times a year, and now it's happening to an event. And it's intolerable to a lot of people here. Go, my God,
Look at the traffic.
Which I guess is there is certainly a way of looking at it. I mean, if you lived as we did in London and said, if there's a tram jam, it's the end of the world. They do.
I think
Part of life for a lot of people.
Do we need more coffee?
I'm still with mine. I'm fine.
Do you need more
Are you
coffee?
having another?
Yeah. I'm having my last coffee of the day.
No, of course, Alex.
And how was the food?
So it was good. I like the orangey stuff in there.
It was a little citrusy.
There's an orange vibe. It was
Yeah.
quite wet though. Like, I'm sorry anybody who might watch this and watch me eating, but it had to be done. I shoved it all in.
We're just hungry. You see him. Your life goes on.
I'm
Back to
conscious
what you were
I'm
saying.
closest to the camera, shoveling food into my gob.
Yeah.
And look at how nice is
Put me
that.
out of this.
Dear.
So,
Now, the main thing about the cars, let's be absolutely fair and reasonable, okay? We've got 14,000 people living in Sóller. registered as residents in Sóller. We have 14,500 cars in Sóller.
Right.
And I'm sorry for all you people in the southeast with your traffic jams, but the majority of that is going to be local people whose kids have grown up and they've all got a car. I mean, this idea that you have to blame hire cars or you have to blame tourists because it's easy just is so boring.
Oh, gracias. Podemos pedir más cafés. Sí. What did you want? Un cortado. Un café con leche para mí y un copa de hielo. Y un poco de gracias. But like, I think that. What do you think about the fact that they're talking about restricting the amount of cars that can be allowed onto the island next year?
Well, I think in general terms that's right, but that then that will affect wherever. I mean, people with 4 cars parked in their driveway because each of their children got one, that will affect them too. So it has to be equitable. But then on the other hand, you can't. The inland towns are not going to thank you for telling the tourists they can't hire a car. They love the hire cars coming into places. Thank you very much. So you.
We're looking at it from a business point of view rather than a living.
Go to, but actually, when you think about the practicalities of enforcing it, that's going to be quite difficult, isn't it? It's.
I can't see how it's going to be done. No.
But this is how you start. And then anything, you start with a hypothesis going, I wonder if we could. And then you go, right, let's think about that. And then you start trying to do the implementation and you go, So
they have to license the hire car companies with a certain amount of cars and then regulate that. That's what they'd have to do.
Maybe. They're also talking about resident, as in people with holiday homes here having one car for a holiday home, that kind of stuff. But
our neighbours
of a small enough size. A resident of a holiday resident in Port Andrew, that's €20 million a house, is not going to thank you for insisting he has a Fiat Panda. He's got 3 Lamborghinis.
We have a neighbour who drives from England to Mallorca in his large Range Rover-y thing, parks that in his garage, reverses out a Fiat 500 and drives that around. So, but what about him? Like, he's actually trying to reduce his footprint.
Yeah, I know a number of people like that do exactly the same. But I also know, the people that just say, well, as far as we're concerned, the buses are never going to be for us. As our children get old enough, they all get cars, and that's just a fact of life. Eventually, they will move out and they will park their cars in their own houses in the future. But in the meantime,
I have to say,
that's the way it is.
I've always been a driver, always been a cyclist, and I find it ridiculous that cars keep getting bigger. Cars that were small, like a Fiat Honda, 50 years ago was a small thing, and now the new ones are kind of get bigger and bigger, and I don't see much of a justification for it. In Japan, for decades,
I'm fine then.
If you're waiting just space to Tokyo or Kyoto, they have these things called K cars, KEI cars. And if you only allow, however rich you are, you're only allowed to have a car above a certain dimension if you've got somewhere to park it. If you don't have private parking, it's tiny. So all those tiny Japanese cars, you can be a millionaire if you haven't got a car. You've got to drive around and put a system.
Ollie had a Mrs. Nakajima, he called it. What was it? Yeah, and it was so narrow. That car was amazing.
To park.
Yeah, and he would call it, like, when you have, like, you call them
normally named cars.
Yeah.
This is a weird thing to do.
When people park those big SUVs and they kind of park over 2 spaces, really like greedily and rudely and badly, actually, just inaccurately. Ollie loved to park his little car in the rest of the space.
And then they can't get in, they have to climb over the back.
Sod you kind of way.
Yeah.
He enjoyed that, didn't you?
You made your point. If you follow any of the arguments going on about the cars or the people or the road, we have a big thing about the main road between the tunnel and the port. We've had local people that have been cleaning it because there's a big argument about who owns that. You saw that story.
Can I read that again?
Okay, so there's Viamente Road. Okay, so that starts at the tunnel and ends at the ports, and that's where I live. I live on that main road.
Okay.
I live on that main road.
Is it noisy?
No, because I live at the back. I'm in a new build block on the back. I'm at the 3rd roundabout down the road.
Oh.
Anyway, we have a local guy that moved into the area and currently lives in the port but renovating a house on that road, and he's absolutely offended about the rubbish and the dirt along the whole road. And so he started every Sunday morning picking up litter, outside basically his bit of road where he...
One-man mission.
One-man mission. Eventually he was joined by other people, and they managed to do the whole road from the top right to the port. And I mean, I can't tell you how many bags of rubbish, because this road hasn't been cleaned for years, years and years.
Sort of argument saying Sóller County says it belongs to
exactly that. But this Viamente Road is actually owned by the Consell. Okay, because it's part of the main road thoroughfare.
So this is regional government in Palma own this sort of
they do
network of roads.
And that's part.
They're responsible for that.
And they're responsible.
Little roads are owned by...
The little roads are looked after by the... Now, according to the Consell, they say they've got a special arrangement with Sóller that Sóller should be cleaning that main road. Sóller is saying, oh no, you haven't, and we're not doing it, we're busy enough, thank you very much. So this is the nature of the argument. But then put on top of that next year we're supposed to be having a massive refurbishment of that road done by the Consell. It's supposed to happen this year, but for whatever reason didn't, and now it's on the map for next year. And we're going to have cycle lanes, we're going to have walkways, we're going to have plantings, we're going to have new surfaces, we're going to have everything.
Nice.
But whether anyone will ever clean it...
them forever.
Well, I don't know, I think it's supposed to be the winter project anyway.
It's going to take more than a winter, babes.
Well, except there's nothing to move on it. You're not knocking anything down, it's a road. You don't really... So...
It's supposed to resurface according to Sóller as well over winter.
Yes.
So they do got most of the maintenance of roads happens in the winter.
Yeah.
For your tourists here.
Yeah. So I mean, what that will affect, and then of course you put that alongside the idea that they're going to improve the bus services for the whole of the island.
Okay.
I mean, oh yeah, that's delicious.
Is it going to make me want to go inside and
Get some more.
break into the kitchen?
No.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
all right, then. Hold on.
Hey,
Absolutely minimal resistance.
mini brownie.
A little mini brownie.
Only a very slight potential resistance.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay then.
But no,
Shirley
so the road is contentious on many levels,
Yeah.
and it is disgusting.
Yeah.
It is disgusing.
Isn't it? 'Cause that's
What's the
where
name of the
it's a-
guy? Do you remember the name of the man who started this mission?
Alexander,
Oh, good for
Alex, then Zander as a separate word. So it's Alexander.
Where's he from?
England.
Oh, he's English.
Yeah, English.
Mine was very clean.
Wow. Good man. That's nice he did it.
We live on the main street of a little village, and it gets swept by hand every single day.
But by ladies in the next house.
No, by the man who pushes a trolley up and down the road and with a sticker that says "I love chess" on it.
And then once a week,
He's
there's some
great.
machine down there, and it'll scoot you.
I love what?
I love chess.
I love chess.
He pushes a trolley.
Got a radio
It's got
on
a
it.
sticker on it that says "I love chess,"
little transistor
and he's
radio.
super lovely. He's been the street cleaner in Saroko for I don't know 15 years.
How lovely, how
Just wanted to
lovely.
counter the thought
And,
that it might be
and
the
we
place.
say good morning
Oh.
to him, and he says good morning to us, and it's just
Lovely.
gorgeous
No, I just
to
wanted
have that.
to add the context. Mallorca is actually a very clean place. It's just we've got a disagreement about who should be tidying with.
Oh yeah. You still get the ladies in their wraparound aprons first thing in the morning cleaning their steps.
When I first
Still happens.
literally when I first moved to we lived in a stream-man-rich town, and I moved about 3 months before Vicki did, and the little old ladies used to come out and brush the front steps. It's like,
We brushed his front step for him because he was a man.
He was the man.
so I came out with my own brush. I didn't speak any Spanish for the time. I started spiking the brush, and I just had to go, oh.
He can touch a broom without expiring.
No.
Never since.
No, there's lots of good work, lots of people, lots of very quiet work going on.
The road you were talking about, say it again,
Desviamente.
Desviamente, that's where it's the road that sort of bypasses the town and goes to the port, and they've recently, or reasonably recently, restricted a lot of the movement of traffic within the town to residents only, for obviously narrow streets, tiny little cobble streets, and actually we were talking about rental cars getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and not gradually to the corners. So they basically banished a lot of non-resident cars out, and they put more parking on that area, which actually has got to be a good thing, isn't it? Must have really changed it here. So, and I guess
You know?
No, because if I have that, I will literally go looking for more. Because I know, I know.
Just wait till
I
it kicks in.
I'm a I can't stop girl. So I have any tiny bit, I'll be like, I want more sugar. More sugar.
If you're visiting Sóller with a car, don't come into town. Park on the D over as well.
But
Sorry.
if you can, sorry,
Sorry,
on the car park, on the main road, we now have 3 big car parks. And this has been contentious too, because orchards have been
Removed.
well, sort of removed, but although many of the trees have actually been left and worked around, and this caused all sorts of problems, and not only from people that are saying, how dare you take the orchard and make them into cover, not kind of remembering that actually the owners of the orchards are not using them at the moment, and they offered it to the town hall to create the car park. So I mean, it wasn't nobody requisitioned them.
And evict or squatted.
No.
Joni Mitchell was very upset.
Yeah, exactly. Paid paradise, paid putting up a parking lot. I'm sorry,
Maybe that's
exactly
why
it.
they're
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
upset, 'cause they've
escape.
got
Look.
Joni Mitchell in our house.
Yeah.
But the same thing in Andratch. Like in Andratch town, we have the same thing with narrow streets and not much parking. And so they took some like fields or small orchards and turned them into car parks. And it takes a lot of pressure off of the middle of the town and makes it more pleasant for everybody to be
It
in.
usually does for a bit. If you build an extra road or an extra car park, it'll solve the problem for now. But actually what you do mostly is kick the can down the road, so 3 years later with more car. Actually really the fix that people really need to do, and it's a much bigger thing to say, show the cars as much as we can, and the public transport, but that's a much bigger.
Well, I mean, every single
Yeah, but look, if you were going on holiday to London or Barcelona or Madrid, or
you wouldn't expect to drive.
You go, okay, I'll leave it at the town. I'll get on the metro or the bus.
So when you come down to see us in the studio, how long does it take you?
On the bus. It's 40 minutes on the bus from here to Palma, and 40 minutes from Palma to you. So it takes 2 hours.
They're
Really.
normally like on time.
Absolutely, really, no, very. I mean, the
you
buses
can
are
rely
very,
on
oh
them.
yeah, you can. The only problem, the only foreseeable problem is that if I get the 9 o'clock bus from here, that should bring me into Palma at 10:45. The bus to you goes at 10 o'clock. And if my bus is delayed for any reason, sometimes it can be because the sheer weight of traffic, then I'm stuck. But there's nothing you can do about that. But in general experience, absolutely spot on.
Because a lot of the bus stories that I hear about people can't get on the buses because they're full.
Well, we did have a bit of that, a spate of that last year, but then they improved our bus service in certain times by an additional bus an hour. Not all the day, at certain peak times, and that really made a big difference.
And they are talking about trying to instigate, because lots of tourists want to go on a bus, obviously.
Yeah.
Sort of more importantly, lots of locals have got to get to work. And
Exactly.
It's more important, I mean.
Yes.
there's stories of people waiting to get to work on the bus, and the buses are full already, and they sail past the bus stops. And people start losing jobs. You can't.
Yeah, no, it's true.
That bus gets you in time, and then you have to wait for another hour.
And then you have the situation at the moment with the electric scooters being potentially outlawed. Have you seen that?
Yeah, well, because they're on the pavements, because they don't wear their hats, because of the accident ratio, there's lots of statistics that is proving that this is actually a really very dangerous mode of transport.
The problem is, electric scooters are actually a brilliant solution to a lot of these things, as long as you have somewhere safe to put them. We decided a long time ago that we have cars, we put cars on roads and people on pavements. You separate them, it works. But we don't have somewhere. Look, if we've got people who can't afford rent or can't afford to live here, then going into a media market and spending with 400 euros on a scooter that they don't have to insure, fuel, find somewhere to park, it's a perfect solution for people. It's very environmentally friendly, doesn't take up much space, but we need to give them somewhere to go.
It is a little bit dangerous though, is it not? People have died of them.
Yeah. If people drove their cars for anywhere, you'd say this is dangerous. Like that's why years ago we decided to separate them. And now these things are quite new, but if you put them on cycle lanes, but absolutely separate them out.
And would you be okay as a cyclist with that thing on a cycle lane?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah. I mean, they quite often, where there are cycle lanes, they do use them. People on cycles
Yeah, they do.
tend to use them.
We've got a little bit of we've got a bit of a lane for one part of our road, but not the whole road. Not the whole road.
I would much rather take a car off the road, put a scooter on the road. It's a smaller thing. It's less dangerous. If I get hit by an electric scooter, it'll hurt. If I get hit by a 4x4 cheek, it'll kill you. I'd rather be on those scooters.
Yeah.
So, Just sort of fraction of what it is.
Yeah.
And actually, if you've got the giant rental cars going around, if everybody was on a little vehicle and you could park in its corner of the square, a lot of the problems we've been talking about wouldn't exist.
You know, I wonder how many people come. Sorry, I'm just looking behind me and watching like tourists walk around in their bikinis and all this stuff. and I just want. It always strikes me every year when people start talking about Mallorca as a resort. They forget that people live here. You know what I mean? Like in the Facebook group, where people are like asking about this, that, and the other, and they want to say about, well, does everything close at the end of October? So you'll know, because guess what? We all live here.
Some places do, but not many.
Yeah, but like Calas de Mallorca closes down. Magaluf still has places open like all year round. Palma Nova open all year round. Not every single restaurant is going to be open all year round, but it doesn't close down. So it's such a great example of a really cool place to be.
In autumn or springtime, it's glorious.
Well, I love the winter myself, but I mean, and even so, there's still people now who are who coming here in the winter because they've also, because the weather's changed in the winter as well. We're still,
If you're coming from Northern Europe, you won't get much of a suntan in the winter, but it's probably better weather than where you've just left.
Exactly.
I mean, Sóller is, I think, probably the rainiest town on the island.
Is it?
Catches a lot of weather because of the
It's like Mallorca's Manchester. Well,
But actually, I mean, if you sit
Shirley begs to differ.
if you sit here in the winter with the cobblestones with kind of rain, I think it's beautiful in the rain.
Well, you're being very romantic about it because you don't see that for 4 days on the trot, and you think if I see one more bit of rain, I've had enough.
I am romanticising it, but actually it is.
Did rain a lot this year?
We did. Yeah,
it's quiet. And there's much fewer people there.
No, I mean, I'm not saying that that's not absolutely glorious and pleasurable, and if there are enough good friends still around and they haven't gone somewhere else, you can have some great times in the winter. You really can.
Do you have a lot of friends that go away for the winter?
You have, in a year-round situation, you have people that choose their times to go away. So a lot of people will go away now. They won't be here for mid-July until the middle of September.
Just because of the weather?
Because it's too hot. So that's not their bag.
They maybe live here for the rest of the time.
They do. And then in the winter, you have people that actually do arrive in September and leave in March. They don't want to be here for anything. They really love the winter here. Winter in Mallorca.
Do you have people that still get affected by the 90-180?
Yes, they are.
So if you're non-EU, non-Schengen, and specifically British, I guess we got British friends who moved into that zone now, you're allowed 90 days in every rolling 180-day period. So it's not two 90-day chunks. But it's so you can be here for half a year, but spread out.
Yeah, you can, and people do, and people have learned to work around that, and they live in hope that one day will change.
I think it will change, actually.
I don't.
Why?
Because the freedom of movement and the freedom to reside is an important part of membership of the EU. And if somebody chooses to leave the EU, it keeps one of the most important bits of membership you're doing is encouraging people to leave the EU. It's the argument. It's like,
you're right.
I've left the gym, but can I still come in and use the rowing machine?
Yeah. That's your decision that you've made.
It's such an integral part of what it is to be an EU member. That if you start giving way to people rowing,
but maybe Britain will negotiate with the EU in a way that there's other benefits to the members of the EU.
Well, the benefit is joining it.
No, but the benefits for the people that live in those EU countries that want to be in the UK, for example. People have been sent back the same way, have they not? People have been ejected from the UK as well, have they not?
Yes, maybe more this week. Really? A story for another time.
Well, migration in one form or another affects us all, and the migration stories here are... I mean, if you looked at the census every year for this area, we are an absolute melting pot.
Yeah, a real mixture.
We are a real mixture.
Living in a town that's got a lot of French influence about it.
Well, the French should start, they're absolutely. Yeah.
In a bit of Spain that considers itself separate to Spain, which was once full of wars.
Well,
this moving around humans of wars and they're not going to stop just because a few don't like it. This is one of the issues I find trying to stop migration. I understand the reasons why and to stop it. It's not going to stop. People who have done it just have to learn to shape it.
But I mean, even
stop it.
Hola, buen dia. But even the young people here that live in paradise and go off and have their university or their other life experiences in other places. I mean, everyone wants to travel, even if you come from beauty. I mean, they're not going to. They're going to accept this. This is hope, but they're still going to go and look for the different, and many of them will come back in retirement. They will, and as they always have.
Start quite often get labelled incorrectly as the tourist go home thing. You know, because the catch or it's not that. But some of the people who are using the water, but everyone is a tourist at some point. Everywhere.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Tourists here, but.
I was a tourist in Northern Ireland, wasn't I?
You were.
I mean, look,
I went back to London. I was a tourist kind of like there for 24 hours. You know.
we live in Underhampton, where we're not tourists. We come to Sóller for the day. Are we tourists? I guess we are. Yeah.
You're visitors. Are you a tourist?
We come here to have a nice day and look at Sóller and talk to you. So I think we're tourists.
Well, yeah. Well, we are, I suppose. And I went last week to you too. I went to Sarako to have my hair done.
You went to Sarako to get your hair done?
Yeah, that's my hair. That's my hairdresser.
Oh, you went to see Burn?
Burn, yeah. So I went there.
Schlepp to get your hair done.
It is. He does a great job. But no, I mean.
Do your colour?
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
Yeah, so but I've used him for years and I followed him around. He lived in St Elm for a while, and been in Sarako for the last 8 years. So I've done this journey, and then when my car kind of packed up, well, I can still use it around here, but I don't take it outside the tunnel because it kind of expires if it's taken outside the tunnel. It's so old. So now I do this on the bus, and so we have a routine. So I get a bus from Palma. He meets me at the bus station. So I have wonderful service from my hairdresser.
It's kind of like above and beyond.
Above and beyond.
It's a full day activity.
It is a complete day out. Yeah, it's every 5 weeks.
Do you get a lot of reading done on the bus?
No. I scroll a bit on the phone, but I don't read proper
When I
now.
lived in London, I used to read all my books on the tube.
Before anyone had smartphone, before there was
The
connected.
paper.
Yeah.
You
I'll post that out.
Yeah. Guardian, Telegraph.
you also didn't need to read what was the best-selling paperback that long.
No, you could. Yeah.
I'm a Captain Corelli's Mandarin. He was one of the like 10 guys.
I think that's really missing, like that type. Like for me, I'm always moving or doing, and like sitting and letting someone else do something for you, like being on the bus and being driven.
Yeah.
I mean, I often want only to drive the car rather than me drive because I'll be working at the same time. I'll be doing something or posting something.
And you really want to shout to Davey.
Yeah.
I just don't like. I'm just a bit over driving, but it's sort of that I don't like it. I find it a bit irritating. But the time when you just sit on a bus or on a train
use
or
that
something,
time,
it's
yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
Like when you're in an airport or something like that, when you're waiting for a flight or you're in between flights or something. I love that.
Yeah,
It's kind of nice time.
It's interesting about the driving. I've got 3 granddaughters. The oldest one is born to have a chauffeur. The middle one drives a car, and the little one is on a moto. I think that's the 3 stages.
Yeah.
So whether Lucia ever becomes, well, she certainly aspires to having a chauffeur, I think, at all times.
Good girl.
At all
Have fun.
times.
That's all I have to say. So we spoke about it before, but we haven't spoken about it whilst recording, and we need to talk about August the 12th.
August the 12th is next week.
Yes, and obviously around these parts, the Eclipse is going to be hot ticket.
Yeah, we are the northwest corner, and the northwest gets the best sunset.
You can
So
see
we
it from
can.
the beach in Sóller.
No. You're gonna have to be high.
Oh.
You're gonna have to be high, and the Muleta, where one the lighthouse is considered a real hot spot, as is coming round the bay, where some people are saying that from the Eden Hotel's roof terrace, if you could get the hot ticket to even get on there, is going to be one of the best places. And the Jumeirah, oh my word!
Is that 7-star hotel?
Yeah,
Right, so
Jumeirah's coining it in, surely.
Right, okay. Do you know how much it's going to cost you to stay at the Jumeirah for those?
Tell us.
No? Okay. So the Jumeirah
Just as
will
well
not
as
be
16
taking anybody in. Will not be allowing anyone in the hotel for 3 days either side of the Eclipse, because you've got to buy a 3-day package to be there, and no visitors, no extra visitors, because they expect to have the best view.
That probably is probably one of the best views in the island.
€15,000 for 3 days.
to get your money back. It's cloudy.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking. Get a rerun the next day.
As we mentioned, we've discussed the lot. We had a specific podcast about it. Sóller is on the west coast, so it's on the correct side of the mountains, which unfortunately 90% of Mallorca is on the wrong side.
Yes, you are.
But
Yes.
as we mentioned, there's such Horseshoe Bay. So if you're on beach level, you've got quite a lot obstructing it. There's one or two places you can see it from the port.
No, I think, but there are going to be the Maleta, the Jumeirah, and possibly at the top of the Eden.
Either side of you go up towards Day Out.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get up there because that's going to be.
What do you think about all the advertising that's been going on about restaurants advertising or table at the Eclipse and all that sort of thing? Not talking about the ones that guaranteed a view, but more the ones that probably turns out you won't have a view.
Well, I'll tell you a really lovely story about the restaurant Escanis.
Where's that?
Escanis is on the Repique beach and it's been there for 70 years. And it's on the corner, the furthest end of the Repique. And so you've got a ground floor restaurant and then you've got an upper room which they use as an overflow restaurant or they use for parties. So I think 2 or maybe 3 years ago, they took their reservation for the Eclipse night. So they're fully booked. They're fully booked in the restaurant. Well, there's no way you're going to see the Eclipse from there. So the whole party that were involved in booking the restaurant out also booked a big fat boat. Mm. And so the deal is that they go out on the boat and they see the eclipse, they come back to the Escanis, then they have their dinner and they have a party upstairs.
That sounds great.
So this is the hottest ticket of anywhere here. No one can get a ticket for that these days. But the main thing about it, and where they got the publicity galore, is that they decided that they were not putting their prices up. They were charging proper, ordinary menu prices.
Oh, well done.
They weren't.
I mean, that's very noble, but are they wonder if they're secretly kicking themselves?
No, I don't think so. I think they feel the moral obligation to their clients because over the years they've really built up a clientele.
3 years,
that-
a 3 year long.
So as far as they're concerned, they've got people that came in, booked, talked, presumably paid a deposit, did whatever they had to do, and that's the deal. And this has been publicised, so I'm not making it up. Well, unless you can't believe what you read. And you can't say things like that, can you?
You can't say it to you, Shirley.
You can't say it to me. But no, it's a lovely story.
Yeah.
Lovely story.
On the Millennium Eve, I went to my local pub and they didn't put prices up, charge anything, and they
Yeah.
gave a free round drinks.
Exactly. You know, this is proper stuff, isn't it? This is proper stuff. This is not like the Jumeirah, I'm sorry, charging 15,000 for 3 days stay. I mean, this is proper people.
You're going to watch it on the telly, you said.
Well, for me, I will wander back. I will wander down to be part of the vibe because I love to see people enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Whether I stay and see anything or whether I just sit there. I mean, many of my friends are saying it doesn't matter whether we see it or not because you will see it. You'll feel it. The world will go dark. Mm. The birds will end up on the beach. Everyone stops singing. I mean, there's actually a whole nature vibe about this that's nothing to do with it.
Here's what a lot of people don't know. Is later that night, after 11, is the Perseid meteor shower.
Yeah, the showers. Yeah.
Between 100 and 300 metres an hour.
Yeah.
And because the moon is obviously set, if it's going the same way as the sun, if you're in somewhere with no light pollution, it should be an amazing show.
Exactly. No, so there will be more.
You don't have to crowd onto a head and see that.
No,
Straight away.
there will be more, and you can sit on the beach and see that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people are planning to do.
We went to our chosen eclipse watching spot the other day to check.
Well, this is the secret you're not sharing with anyone else.
It's quite hard to get to. It's in Sorroco, and so the road to St Helm will be
20 minutes
cut
walk up
off.
hills.
Yeah.
So you have, is it more than a 20-minute walk up a hill, Ollie, especially if it's me.
Right.
So it's a good old schleck up a windy country road, and then once you get to the top, you'll be able to see over Dragonera, which is what you need to be able to do. And one up there, it's good. I mean, I'm assuming there's going to be quite a lot of Sorroco people up there. But the goats will be up there as well,
Yeah.
and the bird. And I think that's what you're right. The nature bit of it is what's appealing.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch it not on a beach in a kind of like viewing point, as it were, in inverted commas. I'd rather be where we're going to.
Yeah.
But for almost a year now, maybe longer than a year, all these been talking about walking up Galazza or walking up Satrapa, and I'd be like, absolutely not, because it's so hot.
Yeah, quite.
You'd have to be up there so early. So I'm glad that we've come across this spot where we can.
Where you can,
you
yeah.
can go.
We don't have to go at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
No.
So the roads are shutting at 3, so people got to be in position. Was the 4th?
Yeah,
And it doesn't start till 8. So
exactly. What are you going to do in the heat?
sitting up a mountain in August.
I hope you've got a very big picnic and a very big sunshade. I mean, yeah.
And then walking home in the dark.
And walking, oh no.
Anyway.
No, I mean, it's going to be, it's been eagerly anticipated. And I think it's lovely it's going to happen. It's going to be special for August. And well, exactly. And then the week after, we just give ourselves to fiesta here because we have St. Bartholomew on the 24th of August. So we have 5 days of fiesta. This is our main fiesta of the year.
Oh, is it?
Oh, absolutely. Bigger than Firo.
Wow.
In your head. Not necessarily, it's certainly not bigger than Firo when it comes to the main fire, except we have a carrefour, and so there's demons and fireworks and all sorts going on the last day. But this is the people's fiesta. This is
The other one's for tourists, and this is for the.
well, it's tourists, yes, but it's also. I mean, that's also important. I'm not saying that, but people come back for this. So my granddaughter that wants her chauffeur, she's back for this. Everyone comes back for their town
the
fiesta.
local fiesta. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
normal.
yeah,
the same in Saraka.
Yeah,
The end of
yeah.
August until the middle of September are our work.
Your town, yeah.
And every weekend it's just rammed with local
Yeah.
people. And also, like, you can't park on our street, you know. You need to get home early and get your spot, or basically you're parking in the next village.
Exactly.
I love it to a Spaniard years ago. I can't remember whether they were by a key or. He's like, they said, wherever you end up, you need to leave Highland, travel abroad, or whatever. The time you come back, it's not Christmas or anything like that. It's the village fiesta. That's when you.
Yeah.
Because if you like, if you're a mum and your kid doesn't come back, it's like a bit of a.
No, it's important. Now, Lucia's back and she's. She's back and she's with the boyfriend and she's actually with his sister and another boy as well. So she's bringing them all back to her home. She's just moved from Brixton to Wandsworth.
Okay, well, she's working in London.
Yeah, she's working in London. Yeah. And so is her
Bringing
partner.
an English boy home.
Irish.
Irish boy home. Is this first time back?
No, they've been together 6 years.
Oh, okay.
We love Ronan. We love Ronan. He's
Funny
fine.
to watch people's eyes get wider and wider, especially on Cora Fox. They're like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, I don't think he's been here for that. I mean, or maybe it was here last year. I can't remember. But no, he's been back and forwards quite a lot. He loves it here. But he also comes from a tribe in Belfast.
No stranger to gigantic fires in Belfast. So it's like enormous fires.
What?
Yeah.
Bonfires.
Oh, right.
Oh, have you seen those bonfires? No, I saw the bonfires when I was there. I was there just before they had the bonfires. I've never seen it there. It's like it's built for a month before the fire itself. It is absolutely technical view.
I mean,
Yeah.
think of the,
Yeah.
what's on there. Anyway.
But you know what I did when I was in Ireland one day? I went to Belfast for the day and I had a wander around the city and I did my 2 or 3 hours when my legs were giving out. Thought, right, I'm going to get on a bus, right? And my friends had said, get on a tourist bus, do this. No, don't want to do that. So I got on a bus and flashed my card for the £2 ride and went to the end of the line. I didn't know where I was going. Anyway, I went via various bits of South Belfast and I ended up somewhere where I had to get off the bus because it finished. If I got off there, had a cup of tea in a place, started chatting to people, to find that where I was on the outskirts of Belfast on my bus ride was in an area where Polish and Latvian people had settled when they'd moved over there. So this whole area was, I'm in Northern Ireland of all places, and yet the village I was in was largely Polish and Latvian. And then, anyway, I got on it was very near Shorts where the aeroplanes are made and stuff. And I was just having an experience. What is Belfast really like? Because you have this vision of, north, south, east and west, this person, that person, this person hates that person.
Yes.
And then I ended up in an enclave of Polish and Latvian people. And I thought it was a great adventure, actually. And then I got on the bus and went back for £2.
Lovely. Yeah. £2 adventures.
Yeah, £2 adventures.
Ollie and I are going to go on an adventure hopefully in November. We're going to walk a bit of the Camino de Santiago.
How are you? Where are you going to do?
Camino Portuguese, I think, is the one I want to do first because it's.
You're going to walk it?
Well, how else would you do it?
No, well, I have been on it. With Trevor and I went, but we went by coach. I'm sorry.
We just need a bit. We just need a week off, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get very much.
You're not going to sleep in hostels and everything. Oh.
We are. We really are, Shirley, because it's the.
Pilgrimage sounds like a good thing to do.
I know this is the gorgeous thing to do, but as I say, I did it in a very posh way. But
we're going to walk it. And we're going to do. Saturday night. That'll be an adventure, and it
will be an adventure.
The idea is to do it when the weather is cooler, obviously. But like also, we should hopefully not be quite as in demand at the end of November because at the moment it's quite. Every day is a different day, you know.
I do remember.
Yeah.
We walked down.
With a laptop.
Yes.
Sort of stuff you do, right?
Yeah, no.
I had to work throughout it, and it was really rough. But like that's 5 years ago now, and 6 years ago actually, and I've got better at compartmentalising and delegating my work.
It's hard.
But I really want to go and do something different.
Oh, I think anyone that's done, I mean, we did not do it as a pilgrimage, we were just tourists. But the people I know that have done it as a pilgrimage do have a wonderful experience. But just don't put me in a hostel.
I don't have a problem with hostels.
Sorry.
And also, if I did have a problem with hostels, then I mean, like I think the option is always there to book a hotel if you can't manage it every day.
This is true. This is true.
We did the GR2 way. There were places up at Manzins here where you don't have any choice. It's the hostel.
Yeah. Also, nothing.
We stayed in a little hotel.
We stayed in a cute little hotel over there, and at the time, it was another. Yeah.
It's always been a restaurant of one kind or another. Yeah.
6 years ago, it wasn't Shirley Junior.
No.
Somebody
it
else.
was. Now he's been around about 3 years now. Yeah.
Are we done with?
Are we done? You're done with me. You're going to go off and have a lovely time now.
Well, sooner or later, we're already having a nice.
After the St. Bartholomew, 24th of August.
Oh, right.
You can get all the info on Sóller web.
Of course. Sóller web, you can read all about.
Have a look where you got the podcast, the link below, and you can see everything. Shirley's daily updates.
Daily updates.
I wish I had the dedication to do that. So I really find those daily updates.
Do you like my little chats?
Yes, no, I find it charming, and I like how warmly you write to your people, and I like that a lot.
I enjoy it too, because apart from whatever I'm doing, the feedback for people or people that contact me privately and say, what about this and what about that, or I really like what you do and you help me through a bad time when I wake up in the morning and I see you first and all this kind of stuff. It's just, oh my gosh, it's really so sweet.
Actually, if you're listening to our podcast, little bits of feedback are always welcome.
Always welcome.
It's like we had
so many times you think, am I writing this? Is anyone reading it?
Is anyone out there?
If you stop for a bit, that's when people go,
where are you?
I was reading that.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you that we are just about to celebrate a very big anniversary, Tracy and me, on Sóller web.
What is it?
We will, in the next week or two, hit 20,000 followers.
Hey, well done. On the page?
Yeah.
Well done.
And anyone that knows this stuff knows that if you buy followers, that's one thing. We've never bought a follower in our life. So everything is genuine in the followers. And the idea that we got to 20,000, and even Facebook are interested in us now.
I think about this stuff without thinking of follow us. I try to think in terms of football stadiums. So
yeah.
That's about Son Mosh, Real Mallorca's home.
What, of followers?
It's about 20,000.
That's very interesting, yeah. So I've got a Son Mosh full auditorium.
Something like that. It's about.
Wow.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's very cool. 20,000 people.
Yeah, they'd fill the square. They'd be stunning room if you had 20,000 people in here. That's how many people.
That's really good, isn't it?
It's blown her brain.
It has. It's taken. That's going to take me into the day with a big smile on my face. Really, the whole of the square could be full with people that read. They may not always like it, but they will read it.
Yeah.
You can't please all the people.
No, you definitely can't do that. I get some really serious critics, but never mind.
We've been recently trying to post more, and the more and more that we post, especially on Instagram, the more and more views and interaction we get. And one video that I made last week was just talking about go to listen to this podcast. It's had more than 14,000 views on an account that has 2,000 people. So, you know, it's
actually,
really amazing how many people you can reach through.
If you look at all the stats and the way that they're all broken up, sometimes I'm out of my head because they're talking. There's certain things that I've done that have taken me to 1.25 million views.
Come on, love.
No, really. And I'm thinking, there's something funny with this. There's something funny with this.
It really could be the truth.
But it's, no, I'm sure it is the truth because it keeps coming up. You know, the way it goes up and down and up and down. So
That's
so
more than the population of Majorca.
well, yeah,
No, he's doing it again now.
they're doing it again. Yeah.
We can all agree 1 million is a lot of people.
Well, no, it was the time that we reached 1.25 million, and I'm thinking, well, that can't be right. Or have they just clicked on for a second? Have they made a mistake? You know, you kind of don't believe yourself, do you?
Well, some people are obviously going to find you by accident.
Yeah, of
In
course.
context, when you look at people like Cristiano Ronaldo, if he takes a picture of a slice of cheesecake, 300 million people see it.
Yes, yeah. In which case, I've got a way to go. Ronaldo's cheesecake. But you know about Tommy T, who lives around here, do you? Talking about celebs, okay?
Tommy who?
Tommy T.
Who's that?
He's the football manager for England.
Tommy Tuchel, you
Yeah.
mean? He lives around here?
He lives here, yeah.
What?
Yeah, you know.
I'd love to meet him. What a rock star.
Well, Jurgen Klopp, who's now the German manager, he lived in Santa Ponsa for a bit.
And who won the World Cup?
Who won the World Cup? Spain.
No, but before,
Last time, Argentina.
no, England versus who?
France. Oh, you mean in 1966?
No, I'm talking about who lives in Banyola. Who's the manager over there that lives in Banyola? Oh, he's Mexico, I think.
Yes, he was, wasn't he? I can't remember who that was.
Yeah, he's yeah. It's all right, I'm going.
She's gone off on
I've gone off on by now.
riffing.
I'm not really very good at stars. I love to see them. So there's Rod Stewart over there, or there's so-and-so over there, because Rod Stewart came in.
I know.
And you know, came and had a little chat round the port the other day. But I'm really not, I'm so boring, really. I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice, hello. Do you know who I am? Okay, fine. 1.25 million views.
I'm Shirley. I've got 20,000 fans.
I've got 20,000 followers, and some of my posts reach over 1 million people. Oh, really? So what, really, isn't it?
Maybe you should make a book out of some of your posts.
Yeah, I love, people often suggest that, but I'm not. There's a bit of me. I think that when you're writing about something that's your thoughts or what's actually happening each day, that once that day's passed, you've got to do it tomorrow. So I'm not sure how much of that becomes a book. You know, you just keep on.
Would you write something longer?
Oh, I have written plenty of longer stuff,
like,
as in book. Yeah, I get to about 3/4 of the way through, and then I can't be bothered with this.
You're not a starter finisher then.
Not in a book sense, no.
Get yourself a little book coach. Okay, Shell.
Good
I can see
idea.
that-
Would you buy my book?
Depends what it's about. But I definitely listen to an audio book. That's my problem. I'm not good at reading because I don't have. My eyes are often doing something, but my ears I can be listening and doing something.
Attention spans are shrinking, so actually short blog posts or audiobooks where you can do something else, really walk at supermarket or something.
My daughter is a big audio.
So many people are kind of time poor. They go, well, I
Well, maybe an audio book.
Well, we know something you can record.
Once Upon a Time. Have you read the latest book everyone's reading? This Trad Wife book from the American.
No, I'm not into that.
I've read the whole thing.
And?
I was glad I finished it. I can be part of the conversation now. Did I enjoy it? I don't know. It's quite uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get it on Audible and we shall listen to it.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming.
Nice to see you.
Sorry, actually, we came to you, so you should be thanking us.
Oh, thank you for coming. Save me having to get
2
the 2
hours
buses on the bus.